After a little while, I visited my favorite Endler's Livebearer fish room and got another species profile video for you guys. This time I focus on recording one wild type and one hybrid strain. Today I'll show you one of my favorite Class K strains. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Red Chest Saddleback Endlers are hybrids between Endlers and guppies and are quite young strain developed few years ago. It's believed that Red Chest Saddleback Endlers are advanced of strain called Yellow Half Tuxedo Endlers that was developed quite some time ago. Japanese breeder Hiroshi Sugino focused on red pattern appearing in the chest part of the fish, and the tail fin pattern is also developed much more than in the typical Endlers. Males, as usual, are much more colorful than females, and their typical traits are black saddle bar over the back, usually starting at the base of their dorsal fin. They have red coloration in the chest area of the fish, and intense red or orange coloration can also be found in other parts of the body and fins. Being in Class K, guppy hybrid, Red Chest Saddleback Endlers can grow a bit bigger than their wild Endler siblings, however, they are still relatively small live-bearing fish. Females of this strain also have special traits, which are not very common in Endler guppies. True females of Red Chest Saddleback Endlers have dark spot at the upper base of their tail fin, usually supplemented with a little bit of yellow coloration. They can get a little bit bigger than wild-type Endlers, and their coloration is another trait indicating the genes developed by crossbreeding with guppies. This strain is perfect choice for any Endler or guppy lover, as they are peaceful, very active, and super colorful fish. They are live-bearing fish, what makes them super easy to breed, as females are giving birth to live babies. However, similarly as their guppy relatives, they can eat their babies, and therefore if you want to breed this strain of Endlers in community tank or tank with adults, make sure that it's heavily planted, providing enough hiding spaces for fry to hide from the adults and potentially other fish in the tank. Talking about perfect water parameters for them, they prefer warmer and harder water and are thriving especially in heavily planted tanks, as it closely mimics their natural environment, and as was already mentioned before, also provides hiding spaces for fry. In case that you have soft water, adding crushed coral into your substrate is one of the ways how you can increase the hardness. The ideal water temperature for Endlers would be around 26 degrees Celsius, what's around 78 degrees Fahrenheit, but they're extremely adaptable and can do well also in cooler water. Whatever your parameters are, remember that as majority of live bearers, they will enjoy constant water parameters much more than if you try to chase the perfect parameters, causing a lot of fluctuations. Endlers are omnivorous fish and will eat almost any commercially available foods as well as live or frozen foods. However, bear in mind that they have really tiny mouth, and therefore make sure that whatever food you provide, they can fit it into their small mouth. It's always the best to provide for your fish varied diet, and the Red Chest Saddleback Endlers are no exception. Also, if you want to speed up the breeding, it's ideal to implement live foods like, for example, baby brine shrimp, daphnia or bloodworms into their diet. Like any other type of Endlers, Red Chest Saddlebacks enjoy being kept in groups in which they'll exhibit their natural behavior. I would recommend keeping them in group of minimum 8 to 10 fish, and when buying them, also keep in mind the male to female ratio, which is at least 2 to 3 females per 1 male. Males are trying to breed all the time, that may cause a lot of stress on females, especially if there is a lower number of females in the tank than males. When setting up the aquarium for your Endlers, also keep in mind that they are really good jumpers, and therefore using tight-fitting lid preventing the fish to jump out of the tank is a very good idea. Although based on my experience, Class K Endlers are a little bit more calm fish than their wild-type siblings, they'll occasionally jump, and therefore I would definitely recommend using lid on aquariums with them.